Morrowind has many interesting and unique artifacts, from weapons and armors to gems and cups. There's something for just about everyone. When it comes to unique spears, however, only one truly stands out as being different from the rest. The Spear of Bitter Mercy is exceptional, both in-game and in the lore, due to its incredible prowess as a tool of destruction, as well as the truly prolific amount of lore written about it, with more than a few associated tangents and contradictions, most of which we'll be foregoing in favor of a deeper look at a later time. Today, we'll be focused exclusively on the iteration found in Morrowind, and finding out how to add it to our ever-growing collection. The Spear of Bitter Mercy is most often depicted as a long silver pike, bearing a 5-pointed tip emblazoned with the Daedric sigil Hechem, or the letter H in base Tamrielic. The version we encounter in Morrowind has the ability to reflect damage and summons a Frost Atronach on cast. It also carries a thrust damage range of 15 to 60 points, vastly superior to a Daedric Spear's thrust range of 6 to 40, giving even Vivec a serious case of spear envy. The spear is generally associated with the Daedric Prince Hircine, Lord of the Hunt. At this point in time, however, it would seem that old Sheo has pulled one of his funnies and swindled or stolen another artifact from one of his siblings again. In order to get our hands on this preeminent prod, we'll need to visit the Mad God at his shrine in Vivec. We'll begin our journey from our local apartment, St. Delin North 2 here in Vivec. We won't have to go too far on this first leg of the journey, but once we're finished here, we'll be traveling to some of Morrowind's most remote corners, so make sure you prepare for a decent bit of levitating or water walking before you leave town. For now, it's a simple trip next door to the Wasteworks. Now, you may not have ever noticed that there's a Daedric shrine in such a civilized location, much less one dedicated to one of the four corners of the House of Troubles, the four Daedra that by Velothi tradition challenge the Dunmer in various ways, especially considering that their worship is illegal in Morrowind. Unless you just happen to enjoy hanging out in sewers, you most likely missed it entirely. But if that's your thing, then you might have noticed that there's a guarded door down in the canal works of St. Delin, which you can find just down the stairs and through this hatch leading into the bowels of the canton. Once inside, we'll be able to see the door to the shrine across the reservoir, as well as the obligatory sewer rat. Deal with him, then make your way around to the doorway. There we'll find this Nord guarding the entrance.
How does it feel to know death is
Once he's out of the way, we can go say hello to his little friends.
to the death? Too easy.
Be sure to grab the offerings here. Even the cursed diamond is worth some gold. With everyone dead, speak to the Mad God and see what ridiculous quest he has in mind for us.
What is it, mortal? Have you come to be of service to Sheogorath? That in and of itself speaks toward your madness. This pleases me. Fetch the Fork of Horripilation from the Mad Hermit near Aldredania. Take care with him. He's not the most stable man. Use the Force wisely, mortal. Few have wielded it who have not come away changed.
Use the Force
To strike a death blow to the giant bull Netch that resides near the Hermit. Do this. Return the Fork of Horripilation to me, and Sheogorath will reward you well.
We've been instructed to retrieve the Fork of Horripilation from one of Sheogorath's subjects, Bighead, an Argonian found on the northwesternmost island in the Sheogord region. The easiest way to get there from here is to take a boat from Vivec to Tel Bernora, then to Sadrith Mora, and finally to Dagon Fell. Once we arrive on the island, we need to head northwest, out over the water, in whatever fashion suits you. ATC, get you for Flight 049, proceeding to take off from runway 1, heading 280 Big Head Island. Roger 049, clear for takeoff. Tower, be advised, we have 2 racers on our 6, going evasive. Confirmed, we'll put in a call for the Jib Force. ATC, get Shiver 049, beginning landing procedures, Big Head Island. Go for landing 049, ATC out. With our feet on dry land again, we can head to the only building on this secluded island, Big Head's shack.
Questions?
Inside, we'll find the mad Argonian that our baddie benefactor told us about. Contrary to what we're told, he seems to be quite lucid, recognizing us as having been sent by the Master. Asking him about the fork brings out the crazy in him, as he tells us about how the utensil sings to him and makes him weep. It sounds like we'll be doing him a favor by taking it, though Oblivion players know that Lord Sheo will eventually return the fork to its keeper. He then speaks of the giant bull netch we've come to slay. Apparently he's under the impression that the netch has cake. However, as is so often the case, the cake is a lie. But there's no reason to argue with a madman, so take the fork off the table to your left. He has quite the cutlery collection, but I'm pretty sure you can find the right one on your own. Fork in hand, we can head back outside and across the water to the nearest island east of here, recognizable by the entrance to Nellis' ancestral tomb and the several netch hanging out nearby. The Fork of Horripilation can only do 1 to 2 damage per strike, and drains 200 points of magicka from the wielder, so mages should be prepared to go into battle with an alternative means of dealing damage. Don't be fooled by the first netch you see. The one we want is farther east, towards the other end of the island. This great bull netch is quite beefy, so it's recommended that you deal damage using more conventional means before swapping to the fork for the final blow. If you accidentally kill the netch with anything else, it won't count, but as long as the fork is in your hand by the end of the death animation, you should be fine. You'll know it's worked when you get a journal update. Once the netch is dead, we can make our way back to Vivek and Sheogorath's shrine. Present him with the fork, and he'll grant us a much greater reward, the Spear of Bitter Mercy.
I see you have completed my little errand. Well done. Perhaps you've gotten a taste of madness as well? Do not believe madness to be a curse, mortal. For some, it is the greatest of blessings. A bitter mercy, perhaps, but mercy nonetheless. Give me the Fork of Horripilation. I believe I have something more suitable for your needs. Go now. Remember what you have seen.
This spear is definitely worth the effort, with its massive damage and very useful enchantment. Plus, provided you can get through the Mad God's worshippers here in the shrine, there's really nothing stopping you from getting it very early on in the game. So keep it in mind if you have a spear-based character build you've been itching to try out. That's gonna do it for today. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It really helps get these videos out to more viewers and keeps you up to date on everything we have going on. Until the next time, I've been GetShiver, and I'll see you in the next one. Later!